Veterans, have you ever wondered how to do a military discharge upgrade? In today's video, I'm going to take you out to the VA's website and walk you through step by step. But keep in mind, once you complete these forms, they're not sent to the VA, they are sent to the branch of service that you served in. All right. Make sure you stick around. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Dwayne Kimball, owner and founder of KMD89 at VA Claims Consulting, United States Army veteran and retired VA rating specialist. In today's video, I am going to walk you through step by step on the VA's website as to how to apply for a discharge upgrade. Okay, again, when you complete these forms, they have to be submitted to your branch of service, not to the VA. Okay. But before I get into today's video, as always, make sure you go out, purchase my new book, VA Claim Success. You can pick it up on Amazon. It's just a bestseller on Amazon, or you can go to my website, order it through my website, and I'll send you a signed copy. Okay. Now, before I get into today's video, discharge upgrades. What that means is a veteran did not receive an honorable discharge. There's several different types of discharges, okay? Now, certain discharges that's in the VA's M21 manual reference and the 38 CFR will tell you that a character of discharge will need to be done. And what that means is someone at the VA is going to have to complete development and see, okay, why didn't you get an honorable discharge? Did you get a dishonorable? Did you get a general? Did you get a bad conduct? And then that determination is going to be made. Do you get VA compensation benefits or not? Do you get VA medical benefits or not? Okay. So it's just going to depend. Every claim is different. Every situation is different as it pertains to veterans. Now, I did an upgrade. Well, not an upgrade, but I did a correction to my DD 214 to add an award that was missing. Okay. It took them about 10 months, but the Army finally, they got it done, but they sent it to the wrong vet. And luckily enough for me, that vet sent it to me. Now, this character discharge, the upgrade, just a quick example. A veteran has 2 periods of service, meaning they enlisted for 4 and maybe enlisted for a second period for additional 4 years, and they got in trouble during that second period, and maybe they got a dishonorable discharge. Now, I can tell you in this example, the veteran is not entitled to compensation benefits for the second period because the second period is dishonorable, but the first period is honorable. So they can get compensation benefits for that period. And that's what that character discharge determination will tell them. Now, then they can come to the VA's website and do exactly what I'm going to show you. All right. So here we're at the VA's website. And again, a lot of good information. The VA is doing a lot. And I wish the people that are putting together this information to go on the VA's website, they could go on the compensation side and get those VA employees butts in gear so veterans are not getting all these errors. Okay. So basically what it states, how to apply for a discharge upgrade, answer a series of questions to get customized step-by-step instructions on how to apply for a discharge upgrade or correction. If your application goes through and your discharge is upgraded, you'll be eligible for VA benefits earned during your period of service. Okay. So if you have a single period of service and you're dishonorable, you're barred for VA compensation. Then they'll make the determination for VA medical health care. All right. Now, it says all branches of the military consider you to have a strong case for a discharge upgrade if you can show your discharge was connected to any of these categories: mental health condition, TBI, sexual assault, and sexual orientation. Now, let's go back to sexual assault. We all know when it comes to military sexual trauma, okay, sexual assault, sexual harassment, there's confirmed stressor, and then there's markers, okay? So if you definitely have a marker for the simple reason that you didn't report it and it can't be confirmed, but you have a marker, you might want to state that when you eventually submit that application to your branch. Okay. And in my book, I explain stressors and markers as it pertains to military sexual trauma. And I have a video on my website that does the same thing. Now, we want to click right here, get started. See, go back up to the top and it's going to ask us some basic questions. How to apply for a discharge upgrade, which branch? We'll select, I'm going to select Army. What year were you discharged? We'll just pick one, let's say 2011. Oh, what did it do? Let me go back. Okay. So I had already came in here, did some research, and it's still populated. So it says, which of the following best describes why you want to change your discharge paperwork? Choose the one that's closest to your situation. Okay. So it says, I suffer from an undiagnosed or misdiagnosed, untreated mental health condition. I suffer from an undiagnosed, misdiagnosed, untreated TBI. I selected in this example, I was a victim of sexual assault or harassment in service and was discharged for reasons related to incident. Okay. So again, if you fall in that category of military sexual trauma, you definitely want to know the difference between the stressor and the marker. And I have a video on my channel explaining that. All right. Do you want to change your name, discharge date, or anything written in the other remarks section of the DD 214? No. Was your discharge outcome a general court martial? Yes or no? I selected no in this example. Have you previously applied for and been denied discharge upgrade for this period of service? No. Did you complete a period of service in which your character of service was honorable or general under honorable conditions? I originally selected no. I'm gonna select yes. It says yes, I have discharge paperwork documented discharge honorable because we're talking about a veteran with two periods of service. Okay. One is honorable and the second one is dishonorable. All right. Now it says review your answers. Served in the Army, discharged 2011. It states victim of sexual assault. And then you can edit that if you want to. All right. I want any of these you can edit. Just click on the edit button there. I want to change only my characterization of discharge, reenlistment code separation, a separation code, and or narrative reason. My discharge was administrative or the outcome of special or summary of court martial. I have not previously applied. I have discharge paperwork documenting a discharge that is honorable. Okay. So when you reenlist, they're going to give you a certificate, or they should have given you a certificate saying, you know, you're discharged and you're honorable, and then you immediately re-enlist. Okay. So it's like maybe seconds of a gap between the two, if that. All right. So hopefully you have that supporting documentation. And any reason that you select that you want this upgrade, make sure you get the documentation. If you know somebody that you serve with, ask them to write a letter on your behalf. Okay. So then it says get results. So we click on get results. Scroll back to the top. Oh, okay. It says your steps for upgrading your discharge. Based on the answers you need to complete Department of Defense DOD Form 293 and send it to the Discharge Review Board for the Army. Okay. And here's some information. It says, because you answered that your discharge was related to sexual assault, harassment, the DOD will apply liberal consideration to your case. In 2017, the DOD recognized that many veterans had received discharges due to sexual assault or harassment and had unfairly received less than honorable discharges. All right. You can apply for VA benefits using your honorable characterization. So it says, number one, download and fill out DOD Form 293. Important tips. Okay. So I'm not going to go through all these, but you can see them there. All right. So again, take some time and go through this. Okay, just don't rush to go through it. Take your time and read. A lot of veterans, they rush through documents, these federal documents. Now, this is a DOD document, not a VA document. Okay. And they rush through and they miss some pertinent information. All right. Now, it also talks about upgrades related to sexual assault. It says you can, in the second bullet comment at the bottom, you can request either a documentary review or personal appearance review from the discharge review board. If your case is especially complicated and requires detailed explanation, you may have more success with a personal appearance review. Now, from my understanding, these are done in Washington, D.C., but make sure you confirm that. And if you're in the DC area or you want to go in person, hey, they're telling you it may not be a bad idea, but that word may is not saying that you will win, but your chances may be a little bit better. Okay. And you have to come out of pocket for the travel costs. Okay. Then it says download the form, need help preparing your application, talks about going to a veteran service organization or VSO. If you do that, the question that you want to ask that individual, hey, have you had experience in completing these forms? Okay. They're very self explanatory. I completed my own when I wanted to add my one of my military awards to my highest military award to my DD 214. I did it myself. And one of the questions that they asked was, if it's been more than 10 years, why did you wait? Basically, why did you wait so long? And I'm like, well, who is telling veterans about this? I didn't even know it. I found out by when I was rating some another veterans claim, and they had the form in there. All right, so go through, read it again. But if you get a VSO or accredited attorney, ask the question: do you have experience in completing these forms? I think you can do it yourself, especially if you've ever filed a claim. Okay, maybe be a pain in the butt, but be direct and honest. And if you got that supporting documentation, definitely submit it. Right? Add supporting information. There it is. Military records. And it says to improve your chances of success, also include as many of the below documents as you can. I still had the certificate that they gave me for the award. I had the newspaper article showing a general presenting me the award. I also had orders for the award. So it was a no-brainer. But a lot of veterans don't. So again, if something happened and you don't have any documentation, do you have like a family member, somebody that knew you during that time that could possibly write a letter on your behalf? Now, I'm not saying that will get you granted, but you never know. Okay. Medical records. All right. Military record, medical records, buddy statements. Just talked about those. Okay. Treatments of achievement since service. You may decide to add information about what you have achieved in your life since your discharge, particularly if your discharge involved any issues related to drugs, alcohol, or bad behavior. Okay, they're giving you a lot of good information in here. All right. Then it says mail your completed form and all supporting materials, and it gives you the address. Now, this address should be on that form. So if it's Navy, Marines, Air Force, possibly be a different address. Okay. Obviously, if you're Air Force, it's not going to say Army Review Boards Agency. All right. Should say the Air Force. Okay. Let's click on it. Says what happens after I send my application. The board reviews nearly all applications within 18 months. You can continue to submit supporting documents until the board reviews your application. Now, one thing that I did do, I did submit some additional information after the fact. After I submitted my initial. In the evidence section that I received, it didn't have that additional information. Make sure you send it all in at the same time. Okay. Because it may not make it, it may or it may not make it. So If it all goes in at the same time, they get everything at once. But it's up to you if you want to do that. Okay. Then it goes on down at the bottom. It says, well, second paragraph, if your application is successful, the board will direct your service personnel office to issue you either a DD 215, which contains updates to the DD 214. That's what happened to me with my award. If your appeal results in raising your discharge to honorable, you'll immediately be considered and eligible for veteran. I'm sorry, wait a minute. You'll immediately be considered an eligible veteran to VA. All right. Don't have my glasses on. Had some troubles reading that. All right. So, again, the VA is doing an awesome job at updating their website. We just got to go out there and get educated. All right. So, as always, if you found this video to be educational and informational, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and don't forget to share this video with your fellow veterans. Thank you.